In this video, I'm going to show you how to enter new equipment or any equipment into the system. It is a bit different to entering vehicles, so it's worth having a look at. Home page, start new, master data. Master data is where we put our new equipment in. So record new equipment and vehicles, and because we're going to enter equipment today, we're going to choose equipment here. Is the equipment or vehicle leased? Let's say yes for the sake of this. Now I need to populate these fields. Okay, so I've populated the fields and let's see how that works. First of all, you must tick active or untick if you no longer want to have that equipment as active. I'll be able to find that equipment in our records if I leave it as active. I recommend you do put in an equipment number there. It just makes it easier to track in your system. You can just do it by the name, but put in a number and it can be really easy to find in the system. It'll just be better. Location, model, etc. Now, here is a good area where you can attach your warranty and your instruction manual. Does anyone know where their instruction manuals are? Easy place to upload them here. Same with warranty documents. Here's our purchase details, and again, why not attach the invoice here? And there's our warranty details. Of course, there's no warranty kilometers. I've put this down as being leased, and here's all our lease equipment, including our lease details, I should say, including the repayment frequency, the amount, and the what day of the month that the lease that the payment comes out. And again, we could attach our lease agreement here. And there's our insurance details as well. So look, we could attach our insurance details there as well. This is a great repository for everything about that equipment. Let's click save, but we also need to fill in some other forms, some other parts of the equipment record. And the first thing is calibration. Okay, now a lot of your equipment may or may not be calibrated, but I'm going to show you how to do it. I'll just populate these fields. Okay, so I've populated our calibration details. This piece of equipment will be calibrated on time. Okay, and the type of calibration is the height of the cutting, and it's going to take 1 hour and cost $100 to be calibrated, and it needs to be done once a year. There's different units there. Okay, so I've gone with 1 year, and the last calibration I've used today's date because it comes to us calibrated. Now the person responsible for getting this calibrated is myself. This means that I will receive an email when the calibration is due, so no one will forget it. I've entered here the calibration instructions, but really this would be a very good idea if you're calibrating it in-house. Attach the full instructions here as an upload, okay? And I've actually written in here the measurement type. Look, it's a bit of a theoretical thing. A whippersnipper is not something one would generally calibrate, but that is how you would do it for an important piece of equipment that you need to calibrate, okay? So this record should be entered at the time of entering the equipment. Let's click save. Now, what do we need to do next? We actually need to enter the maintenance details for this piece of equipment. And again, I'll populate these fields and show you how this works. Okay, so I've populated the fields. This piece of equipment needs an overhaul every 6 months, we've chosen, and it'll take 3 hours. So I put in today's date, and the next maintenance will be due in 6 months. Again, I put myself in as the person responsible because I want to receive that email to remind me. Now down here, I've entered the maintenance task of replacing the carburetor, and some instructions there. Again, I could attach further instructions, but here's an interesting thing. We can add what parts are required. And to do this, I need to have added some parts previously, okay, into the system, and I'll quickly show you how to do that. So you need to have entered some parts already, which again we do via master data, record new part, and I simply enter it in there. It's pretty simple. And again, you must tick active. So add those, and then you can actually choose those parts when you are performing the maintenance. Do you have to use this option? No, of course you don't. This is up to you whether you do it this way or not, but that is a really good way of recording maintenance and an efficient way of adding these details. So I'm going to save that. Now, what other bits do we have to add? Test and tag. It's actually not important on this piece of equipment because this is not an electrical piece of equipment. I think it's fairly obvious how you would use the test and tag details there. So anyway, we can just save this. Now we've entered all the information for our equipment. Let's have a look at where the record is kept. So we're back on the home page. Where is that piece of equipment kept? Down here in applications, the record keeping area. And remember, it's in master data. So let's open master data up. Here's our equipment. Now let's have a look by name. And you can see I've added a few pieces of equipment. There it is there, Whippersnipper. So that is how you record equipment into the system.